expensive. We're staying at room 13. Usually airy and usually very, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lie. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the 40s mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's pantless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 144 of Fired Up. Check us out at fireupsports.com. I'm Mike Gillette. Joining me as always, Dom Console and Chris Uche. What's going on, fellas?
Yo.
Nothing much.
I mean, listen. Obviously, we had the a couple, news, a couple things of news, went down today. But we obviously have the Jason Kelsey thing we got to talk about. Zach Wheeler signs his extension. But the thing I wanted to start with tonight is, so I'm watching the Flyers game, and how do you guys feel about player video tributes? Right, like a player comes back. He comes back, with his new team for the first time against his old team. Like, should there be like a length of time with that team before you give him some sort of video tribute? How do you feel?
I mean, I think he's got to do something like worth like something notable. I don't know
Sure.
that Kevin Hayes has done anything.
That's what I'm talking about. He's here for 4 seasons. He's here for 4 seasons. And you give him a video tribute, and like the NBA is, I think, even worse than the NHL is. You could be with a team for like half a season, and in the NBA you're getting a video tribute.
Yeah, and isn't Kevin Hayes the reason Gauthier is not here anymore?
According to Anthony Sanfilippo, yeah, he has his fingerprints all over it.
So I don't know about all that.
It's a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
a little weird.
Before we get into like any
Dom, real quick,
sports,
is your volume all the way up? Turn your volume.
You're a
up
little
bit.
low.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
What?
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better. I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Should
it's
I
better.
just keep
It's
going.
better.
Okay, all right.
Or keep
There?
going. Fuck it. Why not?
All right. Well, we'll just keep testing it out live.
Yeah, that's much better.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, right, Chris. He's good now.
Way better.
Way
Okay.
better.
So before we get into like release like sports talk, Mike, I heard you're being a little bitch about something.
What am I being a little bitch about? I think I know where you're going with this. But
Yeah, I think you do too.
Go ahead.
I got an interesting text message today.
Yeah. I wonder from who.
I wonder from who. From a corresponding a friend.
Yep. Friend. Quotation marks. We'll put quotes.
About a little challenge that it's similar to something that you've done before.
Sure. No, so you're talking about friend of the show, Doug. Probably texted you. He texted me too. He's the one that gave me the ghost pepper popcorn to try on the show. He gave me
the glizzy straw. Was he?
No, that was us.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
He gave me the one chip to do the one chip challenge with.
Yes.
He just thinks of ideas and ways to torture me.
I like it though. I'm in. For that.
Sure. But his new idea is he saw on TikTok. So it's similar to the one chip challenge, except it's called the salt chip challenge, and it's just like a chip that's just as salty as can be. And I if anything's a little over salty, like I can't do it. I will not be able to do a salty chip.
Really?
That's it. Yeah, it sounds no.
Dude,
I'm not.
I have accomplished a saltine cracker challenge.
Okay, so what's that?
That's six saltine crackers in a minute.
Okay.
6 in a minute. See, saltines aren't bad because saltines are salty, but like this salty chip is like the saltiest chip in the world.
I think we've talked about that before. I may have asked you this. I don't remember if it was on the show or not, but do you have to eat like all 6 like together or
6
No,
in
no,
1
no.
minute. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Just 6 in a minute. The problem with them is
It gets so dry.
are getting
Right.
dry in your mouth.
It's almost like chalk
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah.
okay?
A minute's probably. So how long were you able to do it,
I
Chris?
think like 53 seconds.
Okay, so you hit the under.
I went.
Now, no
was on
water
New
though.
Year's-
You can't
it was
touch
on-
water.
No water. Nope. It was
Okay.
on New Year's Eve. And we walked to 7-Eleven to buy the saltine crackers. It was definitely like a challenge.
Sure, yeah, sounds like it. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen the salt chip challenge. It's
Is
I
it
was-
just
I-
salt? Like not salt and vinegar?
yeah, I think it's just salt.
Oh,
But like
man,
this,
Dude, I would do that.
I think I would.
okay, I think.
too.
See, I'm much better with the spicy chip. Give me
Nah,
the
I don't
spicy
do
chip.
spicy stuff.
I put pounds of salt on my food, so
Now, like if something's if something's too salty, I'm like I can't do this. Let me see if I can try to find somebody like doing this
dude,
this
the
challenge.
video that he sent me is like this British dude. Is that the one he sent you?
Yeah, I have it right here.
He's like the British dude's like what did he say? He said it comes with a glove. I was cracking up. I don't know why. It's so dumb.
Yeah, hold on, I got it here. Let me share my screen. This is where we could let the viewers know what exactly we're talking about here. It's this British dude. Come on, here we go. Live podcasting here.
That dude's also like 75.
Challenge. So this is basically like the one chip challenge, which is very spicy, except this is
you
very
ageism
salty
now?
and a bit sour, apparently.
This guy is
The fuss
hilarious.
About, I've had salt on my chips all my life. Salty chips. Salty chips. He's doing a vom vom. I don't like doing a vom vom.
It comes with a
Comes with
glove.
gloves. I've got the old chuffing gloves, if you don't mind.
It comes with
Lucky
gloves.
I hope you are ready for an unforgettable salty experience. I've had a few of those in my time. Pal, if you want to win the challenge, you have to eat the whole chip. You will feel like you've drunk a lot of seawater. Well, I've been swimming in Bridlington and drunk a lot of seawater, but with the added bonus of little bits of plopsy. Thy nose! Oh, it's very thick. It's thick as chuff is yond. So this is basically a salty triangle. And, oh, Deirdre's salty triangle. It's been a while since I've had a salty triangle in my mouth. In my mouth! Sniff test. Triangle sniffer. That's what it is. Oh, that's nearly made me sneeze. Undo
This
a
guy's
snot.
nuts.
Sniff test. I don't know if it's going to burn, if it's going to tingle. If it tingles,
Cocaine's
I
a
might
hell of
have
a
to
drug.
test it somewhere else. Who knows? I'm hoping it's not too sour, because I don't get along with sour stuff very well, please. Salty. 3, 2, 1, go!
Just watch his face.
Oh.
Salty.
That's yeah.
Red of gum. Oh.
His blood pressure just raised like
Yeah. You couldn't understand it before.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
so I'll be honest. I didn't get this far in the video when Doug sent it to me. I got rid of it.
So did I.
It's not.
All right. Shut this off.
All right.
I don't want to see him throw up fucking like the Grinch.
Oh man.
Dude, my grandfather growing up used to get a Hers blue bag of potato chips and put salt in the bag of chips.
Really?
Yeah, like just straight like
Well, that was when like food was probably real.
no. I'm talking about when I was alive. So like
okay.
not back in like the 50s.
Right.
See, I don't know how I feel about doing that. After seeing that guy, I don't know that I want to tackle.
You don't want to throw up green slug.
Yeah, right.
Dom, you brought up something being dumb, and it got me thinking. And this, I guarantee you, for some reason, me and you are going to disagree totally on this.
Okay.
Why in the world would anybody make a movie? And I know it came out in 2019, where the world forgot the Beatles, and some Indian guy rewrites all the
Well,
Beatles.
he's not some Indian. He's British. Like
Okay,
you
but
know.
but he's Indian. He's like
right.
like
What movie is this?
It's called
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Dom, do
Okay.
you like this movie?
I thought it was an okay movie. I mean, it's not like my favorite movie in the world. It was okay, I guess.
I got like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, what am I doing right now? What is wrong with me?
Yeah.
So basically, Mike, the world forgets the Beatles.
They're very
Yeah.
forgettable. They're a forgettable band. to be honest.
And now this guy just starts like playing their songs and like becomes like a sensation.
I think what is Ed Sheeran says something like he like meets Ed Sheeran and
Ed
you know
Sheeran's in the
song
movie?
Hey Jude.
Yeah.
You know the song Hey Jude.
Yeah.
He like he like plays it for him and he goes instead of Hey Jude, like what if you call it Hey Dude?
You know what? It's actually kind of a funny like concept for a movie.
Yeah.
I dig it. And again, it's relatable because the Beatles are pretty forgettable.
It's not like my favorite movie in the world, but it was okay.
Is the new movie? Oh, you said it came out in 2019.
2019. It's on Netflix though.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I mean the girl in it I like a lot, but Lily James.
Ooh, who's the girl in it?
Lily James,
I don't know who that is.
Baby Driver, the girl from Baby Driver. You've seen Baby Driver?
I have, yeah.
Great movie.
It is a great movie. Great soundtrack
She
too.
was in Pam and Tommy. She played Pam.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Very, very talented.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like let's kind of dive into the announcement that came out today. Obviously, the Kelsey press conference.
There's an announcement.
Yeah, you never would have noticed. But so once he tweets out that hey, I'm gonna have the cancel my decision and I have a press conference later in the afternoon. I mean, everybody knew what this press conference was.
Well, I mean, somebody brought up to me today. What do you think? There's a possibility that he just says, "This is my last year." This is me going out. And I said, I guess that could be a possibility.
No,
but once
not
you
for a
found
press
out,
conference.
but no, you could absolutely have a press conference and say this is going to be my last year. But I just don't think his family. Like once I found out his family was there, and everybody.
It's also the way that he worded the tweet. He didn't just say I'm going to have a press conference. He started it off with no keg this time. Like last time, do you remember he had I don't even know if it was a keg. He like took a shot with.
No,
they sent a keg to his house.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what it was.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I don't think that really mattered that much.
Okay.
It's not like he took a video with a keg. It was just they sent a keg to his house.
Okay. I don't know. I thought it was pretty obvious.
I do too. I just could there have been a possibility that
Sure.
Hey, this is gonna be it. But like once I didn't think so. I thought the same thing as you. You assume that it's it. He's calling it quits. But but once I found out, Travis is there and his mom and his dad.
Sure.
It's all but.
I wrote up a little tribute to Jason Kelsey. I'd like to read.
Absolutely.
If we're good with that.
Absolutely.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
All right. So today we bid farewell to Jason Kelsey. A wave of emotion sweeps over the city of Philadelphia and the hearts of Eagles fans everywhere. Your journey from a 6th-round draft pick to becoming one of the most iconic figures in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles is nothing short of remarkable. You didn't just play the game, you embodied the spirit of Philadelphia, gritty, passionate, and relentless determination. Your tenacity on the field, coupled with your unwavering commitment to excellence, made every game a thrilling spectacle. The image of you that is now in a legendary Mummers costume during the Super Bowl parade will forever be etched in our memory, symbolizing the joy and pride you brought to the city. Off the field, your impact is just as profound. In a world where sports figures are often seen and not heard, you stood out as a voice of wisdom, kindness, and authenticity. Your leadership extended far beyond the locker room. It reached into the community, touching the lives of countless individuals, young and old. Your involvement in charity work, your eagerness to connect with fans, and your down-to-earth demeanor made you more than a player. You became a beloved member of our community, a true Philadelphian at heart. Your career has been a masterpiece in resilience and perseverance. From overcoming injuries to facing tough losses, you always stood tall, setting an example of what it truly means to be resilient. Your speeches filled with emotion and sincerity were not just meant for your teammates, but resonated with all of Philadelphia. They reminded us that no matter the odds, with hard work and determination, anything is possible. The way you played through pain, celebrated every victory, and took every defeat to heart showed us what it meant to be a true competitor. As we reflect on your career, we can't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude. You've given the city and its fans more than just victories and a Super Bowl championship. You've given us memories that will last a lifetime. Your legacy will not merely be measured in records or titles, but in countless memories of joys and inspiration and pride you've provided us for all. Your name and number may eventually be raised to the rafters, but your spirit, your passion, your love for the game will forever remain in Philadelphia. As you hang up your cleats and step into the next chapter of your life, know that you do so with love, respect, and admiration of not just Eagles fans, but football fans across the nation. You've been more than just a player. You've been an ambassador to the game, a pillar to the community, a source of inspiration for many. Thank you, Jason Kelsey, for the unforgettable years, the unwavering dedication, the beautiful memories. Farewell, and may your future be as bright and impactful as your time on the field.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Dude,
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna hire you when I die. Like that, you're gonna talk at my funeral.
That also, you read that quicker than Jason Kelsey was able to read his first line. For what it's worth. No,
somebody asked me today. Somebody asked me, what did you think of the speech? I said, a little long.
A little long. But yeah, no, exactly what you said. Like everything is kind of just the perfect. I mean, we don't even have to talk anymore about it. Like that's basically summarizes everything that we all feel. Yeah,
dude, I love at the end of it. He just stands up and goes, "That's all I got."
That's all. Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yep. I absolutely love.
Well, what do you do? What else do you do in that moment? Sorry to cut you off, Tom.
No.
What is there to do? That's
yeah.
pretty much it. You leave. Like,
I was curious if he was going to take questions, but yeah, I love that he came in a cut off and sweatpants.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's just the authenticity of him.
Dude,
sure.
we might have seen, and I know there's going to be debates forever, but I guess the greatest Eagle who embodies the spirit of Philadelphia. There might be better athletes that will come through here, better players, but nobody has embodied and taken on the city for what it is. I think in all four of the major sports. Like, I can't think of somebody who's
Harper's gotten close,
but
and
he's
longevity hasn't done it yet.
Harper's done it as a Philly. Kelsey's done it as an athlete.
Harper's not down in Sea Isle City serving drinks.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of guy that he was. And I think that, like, of course that, like, center is such a position where people forget. And I'm just really passionate because, like, I definitely had tears in my eyes today. Like, as it was happening.
What's about a third of your life? Maybe more than a third of all of our lives. You know what I mean?
Years, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm 27, 28, so half my life.
Okay, yeah, half your life. Yeah.
I give a lot of credit to his wife too for kind of
sure.
I don't know that he stays here if he never meets her. Like I don't know that he gets this close to the city without her.
It helps,
yeah,
but like,
absolutely.
he did say his goal was always play in one city his entire career. So I'm sure that there's to it, but
no. I'm not even talking about the playing in one. I'm talking about, like Chris said, the Sea Isle. The off the field stuff all year round. He'll be here forever. I think that has a lot to do with his wife being a Philadelphian, diehard Eagles fan. You know, and I think that really, maybe he would have gotten there without her, but I think she really, absolutely, helped that a lot.
I remember 2016 that we were, I don't know if you guys were, but I remember, like, he brought that up in his speech today, that, like, I was like, send him to the Saints for a 6th round pick.
Dude, we probably texted about it a million times, like, get rid of this bum.
Yeah. And, like, not only did he, like, prove everybody wrong, he, like, kind of proved himself wrong. And he kind of made that his a part of his speech today. Like,
it was kind of a weird career because it wasn't like Brandon Graham, where Brandon Graham was a 1st round pick. He came here and he struggled his first 3 years and then eventually figured it out. Kelsey came here, was a starter day 1 as a 6th round rookie, and he played well enough his first 2 years where we were like, all right, we could kind of see something first 3 years. And then, like, 2015 came and it was like the Bradford year, and, like, remember they just, like, 15 and 16, the receivers just couldn't catch anything. They wouldn't win games, and then you bring in Carson Wentz in 2016 as a rookie, and, like, we were just like, Kelsey had a horrible year 2016. So going into 2017, we were like, we don't want this guy around, like, why, and he, from 2017 on, man, like, did that 180.
Yeah, I don't think that we'll ever see somebody who embodies the city like he did. I know you said Harper's close, and I do agree.
Sure.
But
I think at the end of Harper's contract, you could easily say he's right up there with Kelsey. I mean, Kelsey has 13 years of this, right? Like Harper has another 8, 9, 10 years of this. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think Harper can get there, but I don't think he gets there the way because Kelsey's gonna be here forever. I don't know that Harper's gonna be here forever. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of his career, I don't. You know, after his career's over, like Kelsey's gonna die here.
Do you think Kelsey has surpassed Brian Dawkins in terms of all-time Eagles, like fan favorite Eagles?
I think so because of one reason.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that really, really helps. But I think Dawkins is number 2.
Sure, I agree with that.
yeah, I agree too.
Anything else about Jason Kelsey before we move on
I
here?
have a trivia for you guys about.
Okay, yeah, go
Kelsey.
ahead.
Really quick. So Jason Kelsey, obviously drafted in 2011, was a 6th-round pick. Do you think? How many guys do you think you can name were taken before him by the Eagles? So it's
The
1,
Eagles
2,
in
3, 4,
20.
5,
What year? What year was this?
11. There's
20
7 guys that were taken before him for the Eagles.
11.
I don't think I can do this at all. 2011.
There's some guys on here that you probably will never get. I would have never gotten. There's some
Is that-
future guys.
Is that the Danny Watkins draft?
Danny Watkins is the first round.
Okay, yeah.
Was Barrett Brooks taken in that draft?
No, Barrett Brooks was the 90s. Are you thinking of a different guy?
Was Mike Kafka taken in that draft?
No.
Foles?
Nope.
Brandon Boykin?
Nope. I think they were all the year after.
Were any of them like players I should remember?
Some of them, I think. I mean, when you hear the names, you'll be like, "Wow, I remember that guy." But like, they may not be.
6th round.
It was so a 2nd round was a safety, 3rd round was a running back, 4th round was a linebacker, 4th round was a
Casey
kicker.
Matthews was taken that year.
Casey Matthews was a 4th rounder. I'm sorry, running back in the 5th and offensive line in the 5th, and then a kicker in the 4th.
Alex Henry was the 4th.
Yeah.
The running back in the 5th.
So there was a running back in the 3rd and the 5th. The running back in the 5th round actually like
Deion Lewis.
yeah.
I can't think of anybody else though.
So the 2nd round safety, 3rd round running back, 5th round offensive line.
I can't think of the safety. I can't think of really any of them.
All right, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
All right, so the safety was Jaquan Jarrett.
No clue.
3rd round was Curtis Marsh.
He was a corner.
It says running back.
I thought he was a cornerback.
And then 5th round, Julian Vandervelde.
Ooh, I remember him. He was a
Yeah.
tackle, right? Guard.
It just has offensive line. Yeah, not sure.
That
All
was
those
a-
guys were taken before Kelsey.
Yeah, that draft missed from everywhere except Kelsey. That was
Sure.
Yeah, well, one
Yeah.
guy. Well, your 1st round pick's a firefighter.
Yeah, 26-year-old
Yeah,
firefighter.
yeah. I was gonna say he's like almost on Social Security when they drafted him.
It was a train wreck of a pick. Really, the entire draft sucked, other than Kelsey,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, and they spelled Kelsey's name wrong. I don't
Isn't
know
that
if you've
hilarious?
seen that. It was like Kelsey.
Yeah. Like, how did that happen?
Somebody allowed it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who was it at that time? Reed.
Yeah.
And
Did-
how he,
Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear Kelsey today talk about Howie? Even about that one year when you were on the other side of the locker room, or the other
Yeah.
side of the complex.
leave him there.
It is fun. No, I mean, I thought the
Put him
speech
back.
was good, but like, I would dig a little longer. Like, all right, dude, I get it. Like,
I think it went long because he couldn't get through it.
he couldn't get through anything.
I think if he went up there and like could get through it, I think you're talking like a 20-minute speech.
Yeah.
Like I
It took
think
him 42 minutes.
Whatever
it was.
Yeah.
11 minminutes to say something.
Right. Just to get the first line out. Like, it took him 10 minutes. But
I think that I think like if there's anything, like if he was ever listening to our podcast, I think the only thing
Come on, Jason.
just like thank you for what you did.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't know if we'll ever see that dominant of a center in football ever again. I'm not
Yep.
just talking about the Eagles. We can talk about who is the center for Pittsburgh that everybody talks about from like
No
the
idea.
not
Yeah, I know who
talent,
you're talking
but,
about,
like,
but I
from the
can't think of his name right now. Yeah.
He was the first guy that killed himself with CTE. I can't think of his name,
Yeah, I
but
can't know.
whoever it is, he tied him this year for all pros. I don't think you'll ever see a center as good as Jason Kelsey in the modern era NFL, especially for how undersized he was.
Mike Webster? Is that who you're talking about?
Mike Webster, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. For how undersized Jason Kelsey was, I mean, that dude really did. And that's the issue that like these other guys will never see is that these guys have talent, right? Like Jalen Hurts has talent. AJ Brown has talent. Devontae Smith has talent. Lane Johnson has talent. Jason Kelsey didn't have talent. He just worked really, really hard. And I think that's why the city of Philadelphia could get behind him, is because most people from Philadelphia, it's a blue collar town. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like we get up, we grind, we go to work, same way he went to work. I don't know if like a guy like him would work in like a San Francisco, you know what I mean? Like some place like that where that stuff doesn't matter to them. It's more about like your play on the field. I mean, way undersized. Like
Yeah, but that his like I think that kind of benefited him though because he was able to use his small size to his advantage because he could just move. Like he could block 5-10 yards down the field because he could just get down quicker than everybody else could.
yeah, but he also had blocks against Vince Wilfork.
Sure, yeah, no, totally.
380-pound D tackle.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think I just can't stop thinking about it today. Like I knew when I saw it that's what it was going to be, and like the only thing that came up after my mind is hopefully he joins the staff as like an assistant to Jeff Stoutland. Like that's, and he gave a lot of love to Stoutland. A lot of love to Stoutland. Like,
Saved his career.
Yeah, that's what he said. Basically, said he saved his career, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it a lot more. I might get upset again.
You're gonna start tearing up.
Tissues.
Yeah, pull some out. Go get some. We'll wait for you. Yeah, I mean it's perfectly said. So the other little bit of Eagles, I don't know if news is the right word, but thing I wanted to talk about is the AJ Brown versus the media. So we took the week off last week, so we didn't really get to talk about that. But can't AJ Brown just keep his mouth shut? I think I might be in the minority here. Just keep your mouth shut.
Nope. Totally disagree with you.
Why?
Why should he?
Because he is a millionaire athlete a star wide receiver on an NFL team. Why are you listening to the media? Why are you listening to him? And why are you engaging? You're better than all of them. There's no reason to.
I think what he's doing is we're looking at it as such a negative thing. And a month ago, I would have been on your side, Mike, like, shut up. But I think what he's doing is he's calling out media everywhere, even though he's just starting in Philadelphia, to be like, yo, like, you don't play the game. Like, you can't quote me if I'm not giving you this quote. So, like, hop off.
He's literally not saying anything, and people are telling you that
That's
he
what I
wants
mean.
out. Right. No, I know. I'm agreeing with you.
Sure. No, I agree with that.
So, like, but no.
Listen, I'm somebody who I hate the media. I hate WIP. I hate the fanatic. I hate them
But you
all.
sound like them. But you sound like them.
That's
the
not
best
true.
part.
That's not true.
Yeah.
No,
it's
he
true.
should keep his mouth shut. Like,
Why, though? Now you
Right.
sound like dictator China, what they told LeBron to shut up and play basketball.
shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
He came out and said, "I don't want to be traded." I keep hearing these things that people are the media is going around saying, "I want to be out of here. I don't want to work here. I don't want to do that." What he literally said was, "Why am I getting criticized for being on the sideline and having a standard He said, I have a standard for winning. I have a standard for what we did the previous year. That's what I was saying on the sideline. And people think I'm yelling and being upset with my teammates and my coach, and that is not the truth at all. And all these people are coming out and saying, that's the truth, that's the truth. He literally has not said anything. So he has to come out and tell people that is not what I want to be here. I want
Yeah,
to
but
be
not
here.
even just all sideline stuff. It's after games, refusing to talk and things like that. Refusing press conferences.
But you
and things
just
like
said you didn't want him to say a word.
no.
No, it's not different.
Sure, it is a post game. Sure, it
How?
is. Sure, a post game press conference where like it's
He
their
doesn't have to have a-
obligation.
No,
but
it-
it's
no,
their
it's not.
obligation.
No, it's not.
It's not okay.
There's
It's not an
only-
obligation.
There's two people that that are obligated to talk after. a
Obligation
football
was the wrong.
game.
Obligation was the wrong word.
Wait, the coach and the quarterback. He does not
Sure.
have to say anything. I just don't understand why we hated T.O. because he wanted more money, right? He would not play because he wanted more money. A.J. Brown is literally not complaining about anything that this city should be upset about. He is complaining because there is a standard that is not being met. And we hate that? We crush guys because they never say shit like that. Like, I don't understand what we're doing here. We're gonna
Then
run a
meet
guy
then
out-
meet
No,
the
no, no, wait,
standard.
wait, wait,
Then
wait,
meet the
wait, wait,
standard.
wait.
Then meet the standard.
Are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead.
We killed T.O. because he wanted more money.
I love
your
T.O.
fa-
by the
no,
way.
Dude, come on. Let me finish the
Okay,
sentence.
go
Seriously.
ahead. Go ahead.
You can blow T.O. I don't give a fuck about T.O. A.J. Brown's my receiver. T.O. didn't do shit for me.
Okay.
So literally we you of all people too that don't like guys when they're not done on their contract, that they want more money, like T.O. And you fucking love T.O. You blow T.O.
I do like to. Yep.
A.J. Brown hasn't done that. A.J. Brown is literally on the sideline saying, I want to meet a standard. I don't like these coaches. I want to win. And you hate it. I don't understand why people hate it.
The
What
only
is there to
thing
hate
I just
about?
think it's weird. Go ahead, Chris.
No, you're good, Mike. Good.
I just think it's
You're
weird
okay.
energy to like go out of your way to call up a radio station
Because
to
they
cry about
haven't
people
stopped.
talking.
Because they haven't stopped.
Why are
with
you
a
listening
false-
to it though? Why
What do you
even
mean,
listen?
why are you listening to
Why
it? Dude,
listen?
It's all over the place. It's if somebody continues to talk about you when you haven't said a word, you're gonna get pissed off too. That's a fact.
I was chilling
a
in my
fact.
mansion. It's totally fine.
Whatever, man. Go ahead. Be upset with him. Get him out of here. That's fine.
The only thing I have with the whole AJ Brown thing is, again, I kind of am where you are, Dom, with it. Except I don't like the pouting on the sideline.
But
That-
but here's the thing. It happens all the time. We saw Travis Kelce in a Super Bowl push his coach, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's because that's passion. That's passion." The guy wants to win. I don't. He's not pouting because I'm not getting the ball. He's not pouting because I don't have enough money or I don't get this. I don't get. He's pouting because the coaches sucked last year.
Yeah, but
he's pouting because nobody's doing anything
Go-
except him.
Go and do that.
He wasn't great down the stretch either.
Because he wasn't getting the ball either.
Get open. I don't know.
Dude, come on.
He
Come
was
on.
open.
Like they're 10-1 and they fell apart. Like
They did. They fell apart. So
No, and it's not
everybody's to
because of
blame.
AJ
Everybody.
Right,
No, it's not
right.
because of AJ Brown.
Right,
Everybody's
and
to blame.
But that's what
Everybody.
AJ was doing. He was saying these coaches are not good enough. These plays are not good enough. He was saying it every week, and everybody
Sure.
sat there and said, "Oh, he wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be here anymore." And they kept saying it even when the season ended, and that's why he said something. Because he appreciates us as a fan base, and he said, I want to play here for you guys. I want to win here. I want to be with Jalen. I want to be with Nick, and I want to win here. Do not think that the media knows what they're talking about. These guys that have never put on pads before, these guys have never played the game before, are all sitting here saying that I'm not, I can't do it, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to be here, and I'm crying, and this, that, and the other. Like, it's bullshit, dude. Like, and he's gonna get pushed out of this town because of it. It's so
I don't know if they're gonna push
frustrating.
out of the town because of it.
Dude, if this happens one more year, he's gone. It's over.
Yeah, but he also pushed his way out of another town.
No, he
No,
didn't.
the first time he
No.
didn't get paid. That's why they traded him, because they didn't want to pay him.
He did not force his way. If anything, Vrabel was so upset that he was gone.
Yes, because he wanted money, and they didn't want to pay him because they don't pay anybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like it's so frustrating to see, finally see a guy that wants to be here to win, to have a standard that this city always wants our guys to have, and he finally have it. A guy that's a top 5, top 10 receiver in the league finally has it, and we're still gonna be upset with him because we're a bunch of assholes. Seriously, it's so frustrating.
This is coming on the eve of Jason Kelsey's retirement.
Yep. I'm sorry to bring it up. All right, Tom, I struck a nerve.
No, but like, it's nothing personal. It's just, it's just I don't understand because you of all people too who are like I hate guys who want money when their contract's not up and like he's not even asking for that. Like
Sure.
like between Hassan Reddick and To and all these guys that want money before they're owed it. Like he's not even complaining about that. He's complaining about something that we as a city want our guys to be passionate about and find
Sure.
guys passionate about it and everybody's upset.
No, and I like the passion. I do, and I don't really even have a problem with his emotions on the sidelines. But again, it's a mentally tough thing for me. Like I don't want my star receiver to just be
But he-
constantly listening to the media, have giant
I don't
rabbit
think
ears
he's
about everything in the
constantly-
media.
I don't think it's constantly. I think he had enough at a certain point. Like I don't think
Exactly.
he's sitting there listening to 94-1. Could have been somebody he's close with, a teammate, somebody.
I'm sure there are
Yeah, but-
reporters coming to him every day saying,
His
"Is this
publicist-
true? Is this true? Is this true?" And he's saying, "Absolutely not." So now I have to go on a radio station and call and tell these people that I want to be here. That's what happened.
Which, if you remember, that's what I called for a month ago, where I was like, dude, just come tell everybody, like, this is where you want to be, because he wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, yeah, he didn't even have to do that. But like, when it gets this bad, it's like now we're gonna crucify him for this. Like,
I'm not I am.
no, I know.
I think the average Philadelphia fan and I'm not coming at you, Mike, just because I think that you're playing devil's advocate. I don't truthfully believe you feel 100% that way. I think you're devil's advocating a little bit on it.
A little bit, but I do feel that way.
I think that the city of Philadelphia will go off of a feeling of 3 seconds, and then 3 seconds later, jump off that feeling. Like if they complain, AJ Brown goes on, says, "This is what I want to be." Like, see, this is why I love this guy.
Right.
Oh, totally, for sure.
And then it's the whole city saying, "You want out, you want out, you want out." And then finally, when it gets traded, it's like, "See, we told you." Like, see, you wanted out. Like, no, like that was never the what he wanted. He came out and said, "I want to be here. I'm just animated."
I'm not even disputing that. I never
No,
thought
I
he
know.
wanted.
No,
I
no,
never
no,
thought
no,
he
no.
wanted out.
I'm not saying you are on the field stuff. But I'm just saying in general, like everybody that you see is so upset about this guy being animated and being passionate. Like we love To for it. Like, why do we hate AJ Brown for it?
Well, the
and,
issue
and to play devil's advocate with that point is like it's the opposite of what people want from Hurts. Like people are upset that Hurts isn't animated enough.
Right.
So which is it? Is Hurts not animated enough, or is AJ Brown too animated? It's like pick the happy medium.
Right.
I don't know what either one of you guys are talking about him being animated. I actually see the opposite of AJ Brown. I see him standing alone, hands behind his back, looking out.
Well, no, there were a couple times where people thought he was upset
Him
because
and-
he
him
wasn't
and
getting the ball.
And him and Jalen were arguing at some points. Like
Yeah, but for most of the season, what pissed me off was just like, yep, I'm here to collect a paycheck. Like,
I didn't get that way at all.
that's
I didn't feel that way.
like, I'm trying to think of what game it was.
There
Where
was
was
a
the game
that
that
they ended the
a
game.
Hail Mary and he didn't
Yeah.
even like try?
But no. It wasn't that he didn't try. I think that he just didn't like the play call, and he tried 100% for that play. I just think it was like he just knew before the game, the last 4 plays before, last 4 play calls were just insane because they were.
was that the Seattle game or no?
No.
No, there was home. It was I think they were
Later.
home.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but
Um,
the thing is, Dom, regardless, it's your job to go out there and run whatever play's called.
He did. That's the thing. He those 4 plays he played hard. You go watch them. He played hard on all 4 of them. He just pouted because what the fuck? Just like us, we're asking what the fuck are these plays? We've been saying it all year.
Yeah, and I guess going to the Seattle play that you were talking about, Mike, that was
Yep.
him and Jalen Hurts changing that play.
Sure.
That wasn't what the call was.
And that's an issue in itself. it's a whole, those last 3 plays in Seattle were just like, it made no sense what Jalen was trying to do.
Yeah. You know, I think his team's in. They got to look in the mirror and figure out what they want to be next year because there's a lot of holes, there's a lot of problems.
Good thing is they have $56 million.
Well, how do you spend it?
Well, first thing you got to go and lock up Devontae Smith now. I don't think you wait. Dickerson.
Who? I mean, are we just giving the center spot to Jurgens? Is that
Jurgens goes to center, and then you put who's the kid that they drafted last year? Tyler
Steen
at guard.
I also saw some stuff that that said if this is obviously before today, if Kelsey retires, they may look on the veteran market for a guard.
Just as a backup?
No, as a starter.
A starter?
Yeah, as much as they don't trust Steen.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder who's out there.
The guy from Baltimore. The guard. It begins with a Z.
Zittner?
Something like that, yeah. But
can we talk some free agents?
Go ahead.
I mean, legal tampering starts by next week.
I don't know. Really quick, I don't
legal
know
tampering
if
starts.
I don't know if Jurgens is going to be the guy, but I don't know if he's going to be good or not good, but he has to be the guy that slots in just for money purposes, just to put money other places. I think they go out and get a veteran.
Zeitler is who you said. Yeah. Right now, the number one ranked guard out there is Kevin Dotson, 23 from the Rams.
Okay.
He's 23 years old. Then the Dolphins guard, then Zeitler.
He's 20. Wait, he's a free agent at 23?
23, yep. He got traded from Pittsburgh to the Rams this offseason.
I think they need to get some kind of veteran in the secondary.
Oh, you know who's coming back after he talked all this smack.
Do you think he is Garner Johnson?
Oh, he's coming back 100%.
Listen, I love Garner. I love the talent of Garner Johnson. I don't love his antics. I don't love his personality.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it when he's out there. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The part that concerns me is he's never on the field. Like, he missed half the season this year too.
He didn't miss a game. What did he miss? 2 games a year we had him.
Something like that. Yeah, I know. But like for the most, he just I don't know. The injuries part. The injury part scares me.
You have backups there. Like that's what backups are for. Sidney Brown will be back in hopefully October.
Yeah, but
Reed Blankenship is serviceable enough to be out there.
I think Reed Blankenship, if he's your worst secondary, which he was 2 years ago, I think you're in a good spot. You're in a fine spot.
And I was hearing today, I listen to Inside the Birds a lot. The kid that was suspended all last year from Indianapolis, Isaiah Rodgers, because he was suspended. They said like he's fantastic.
Really quick, Mike, did you see that save? That was ridiculous.
The save on Shen?
Yeah.
I did see it, yeah.
That was ridiculous. Sorry, go ahead.
They said that the 2 guys to watch out for this year, actually 3, on secondary is Keely Ringo, Zech McPherson, and that kid from Indianapolis, Rodgers.
Yeah.
They said that Zech McPherson can very easily take over Avonte Maddox because you got to let him walk.
What is he done this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a guy that really can't stay on the field.
Yeah, literally. Him
I think he's got talent to play in the league, and I think he could be a really good nickelback corner. But it's just
overrated band, underrated band.
What?
Nickelback.
Oh,
go ahead.
He just can't stay on the field. He's just not big enough.
He's not big enough, and he does not know how to tackle.
Right. That hurt. Remember the Green Bay game a couple years ago? Yeah. In 2020 or
it was when they won the game on the
it was like a Thursday night or something. Yeah.
Pick.
Jordan Howard scored a touch. Did he score 2 touchdowns? He caught one.
Yeah.
Or is that who it was? Jordan Howard?
Yeah, it was Howard.
Yeah. He I thought I saw
when he got laid out.
Yeah, I thought I saw a soul leave his body.
Yeah, and that was right after we did that to their running back. It was like the next play.
Yeah.
I think we've had princes before here that we've signed.
We have rugby players,
We've had rugby players. I think it's time.
firefighters.
Firefighters. I think it's time that the team goes and signs a queen.
Okay. I
I
like it.
would love Patrick Queen here.
Is there anybody in free agency that you'd be interested in, but you're worried that it's like a Nnamdi Asamoah situation?
Let's pull up the free agent list.
Yeah, go ahead.
Free agent. What do you want? The top 10, Dom?
Well, I'm not even talking about just cornerback. We can look at cornerback.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I'm just on top 10 players.
Yeah.
Do you want non-quarterback, obviously?
Right.
Leonard Williams.
Yeah, no interest.
Chris Jones. There's no way that Kansas City
No,
is
yeah.
not trying.
And I don't think they want to pay him what he wants anyway.
Daniil Hunter.
What's he done the last few years? Like
Nothing.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson. They did just cut.
He was a good player at one point, but
J.C. Jackson just got cut from New England.
He was another like Nnamdi situation where they paid
Yep.
him a ton of money and he
Yep,
sucked.
the Chargers.
I don't think he sucked. Did he suck? I thought he was all right. He was okay.
Maybe I'm forgetting it wrong.
Buda Baker.
Or maybe he just didn't. Maybe he just didn't play up to his contract.
No, he sucked. He went
Yeah.
to
Did
the
he suck?
Chargers and sucked.
Oh, J.C. Jackson was the Chargers? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he
Oh,
went to the
okay.
Chargers and they traded him back to
Yeah, he like
okay.
stole money. Yeah.
J.C. Jackson. Was he the guy that sealed the game against Seattle? Right? No, it was Malcolm Butler.
That was
Malcolm Butler.
Butler. Yeah, it was Butler.
Who was the guy after Buda Baker?
Buda Baker.
Yeah.
Would love
That-
Buda Baker. I don't know if it happens though.
That's a guy that worries me
Why?
if I had to pick one. Because Arizona's been so bad that it was easy for him to look good there because they wouldn't go his way. You know what I mean? Wherever he was shaded,
True.
they didn't go his way. And
See-
that's kind of what Nnamdi was. Nnamdi was he looked so good because they didn't throw to him.
I mean, I think Nnamdi was out of his scheme here, but I
Yeah.
think I like Buda a lot, but I feel like a guy like I feel like it would never happen because I don't think they want to put that much money into safety. That's why I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson would make sense because from the report that I saw today was that they could talk about a short-term deal.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they'd want to go in that direction.
What running backs are you guys interested in? If Dom, I know you're probably like whichever one's available in the 5th round.
I'm
I was
totally
gonna
fine
say,
with
like,
bringing
the
back Swift.
third.
I'm fine with bringing back Swift.
Your top are
Depends how much he wants.
Derrick Henry,
I think he goes to Baltimore.
Josh Jacobs. He gets tagged, right?
Yeah, I think he stays in Vegas.
Saquon Barkley.
Because
It's a lot of money for a running back.
No,
though.
dude. I listened today, and again, these guys are just the same thing doing what we're doing, except they have connections with actual GMs. They said that Saquon Barkley's probably going to get about $6 million a year.
I think he goes to Houston.
Tony Pollard.
No.
I would take him as the second running back.
Agreed. Yeah. When he's the number one, he's just not as
He's not good.
effective. No.
Austin Eckler.
I like Eckler.
A
but
lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
He's been hurt the
Newly,
last few years.
newly released Alexander Madison.
Yeah. I
I
like Swift more than all these options, by the way.
Well, these guys are all ahead of Swift.
I like Swift more.
Devin Singletary.
It's a nice name, but he's not like
Again,
a one.
a number 2. Yeah.
You're right.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
A number 3.
And now DeAndre Swift.
I like Swift more than all those guys.
See, but that's the thing is I think we're valuing Swift so much because of the way he played behind this offensive line.
Sure.
I think that the way the league views him is he might not be as good against or behind an average offensive line. I like Swift. I do. I don't want to overpay running backs.
Dude, there's a guy
That's the only thing I
lower.
like about Howie Roseman. Literally the only thing.
There's a guy lower on this list where I'm like really intrigued about two of them.
Okay.
Antonio Gibson
Okay.
He's got to stay on the field too.
catching the ball, and
Yeah,
AJ,
he's more of a slot. He's more of a slot receiver than a running back.
yeah,
Gibson. Like,
and
let's be
AJ
honest.
Dillon.
Okay.
Again,
He's a
number
nice
two.
number 2. Yeah.
Number 2, power back. LeGarrette Blunt-esque.
I think that's what they also missed this year a little bit. Even though
A
they ran,
power
they
back?
ran,
What's
they
that, the
ran the
power?
ball well. Yeah, they ran the ball well, but I think they could have benefited from a big body.
And they need to get themselves a wide receiver 3, right?
Zacchaeus. Give it to Zacchaeus.
I
No.
already have my slot receiver picked out.
Is he on the
Okay.
draft?
He's in the draft.
Is his name James Worthy or something
not.
Worthy? Xavier
Nope.
Worthy?
Nope,
Is it Luke McCaffrey?
it sure is from Rice.
When's he
Right.
projected? When's he projected to go?
I have no
Fifth,
idea.
fifth round.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I don't think you're taking a receiver in the first like 2
No.
rounds at least, maybe 3.
Luke McCaffrey was the quarterback at Nebraska at one point.
Interesting.
He's trying to be Julian Edelman. That's what he's trying to be, and I'll take that every day.
Your top receivers: ODB,
Yeah.
No thanks.
Curtis Samuel.
I think Curtis Samuel. I think he's a fine player. I don't think they need a guy like that.
Tyler Boyd.
It's a nice number 3.
Yeah, I think he goes somewhere to be a 2 though.
Sure.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Nice number 3.
He's
Not great.
He's better than
Right, it's better than they've had.
Watkins.
Kedrick Bourne.
Tennessee,
DJ Chark.
right? Is that where Bourne was? Tennessee,
New England.
New England.
Chark
Was he in
can't stand
Tennessee
the
at one
field.
point?
He was.
Yeah.
Paris Campbell.
He was here at one point, right?
No,
2 years ago.
no.
No,
He was on Indy. And after that, it drops. Calvin Ridley's out there.
Yeah. I mean, number 3, I guess, not terrible, but
Well, I mean, I don't think he's a number 3.
no. But he says he's like down low on this list.
He had a really disappointing year last year,
Yeah.
but he didn't play the year before.
Right. Sure.
Do you think they sign a tight end?
You
Kellen Moore
kind of have to.
Kellen Moore runs a lot of that 12 personnel.
You ain't running that
I'm
with this
okay
offense.
Bring Richard Rodgers back.
What
miss
the
that
fuck
guy.
is he? What is he doing?
My buddy's out.
What is he up to?
Mike Gesicki's out there, guys.
Eh.
I take him as the 2.
eh,
But you need a
eh.
guy that can block. Can he block?
No.
No.
Right.
Can barely catch. You don't want him to block.
Logan Thomas,
He got some
Can't
injury
stay healthy.
issues. Yeah.
Dalton Schultz.
I think he's
Also a
the number
little
1 tight end.
injury. Yeah, he's got a little injury too.
He had a
doesn't he?
really good year last year.
Yeah, he did, with Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noah Font.
Yeah.
Noah Fant. Wow. Okay.
He was
The-
like
the
projected to be
fall-off was
great,
real.
and yeah, he just
First
wasn't.
round pick.
Yep.
Just like goes down after that. Austin Hooper.
Once he got traded in the Russell Wilson deal. It was
Oh, this guy's not bad. Gerald Everett.
but he's a
where was he
receiver.
at,
He's
Seattle?
a receiving tight end. I want a
Yeah.
guy that could do a little bit of both.
Where was he? Where was he at last year?
He was
Chargers.
with he was with whoever he is.
Moore.
Kellen Moore. Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. That's the thing. They don't have a second wide receiver on this team. All right, second tight end. Sorry,
Oh.
I meant tight end. That I trust.
They have a lot of money to spend. They have a lot.
Yeah, but it's how you spend it, I guess. I don't know.
I think you lock up Devontae Smith, right? I'm sure you guys both agree with that.
Yeah.
You have to lock him up. You don't even want him to sniff free agent.
Although he wasn't perfect last year. Let's be honest.
he was
Over 1,000 yards.
probably as
Down the stretch, but nobody was good down the
But
stretch. So
right,
yeah,
like
sure.
he was probably as close to perfect as you could get on the Eagles last year.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he had
But-
5 drops.
I don't know the
year.
exact number, but for the most part, I agree with that. I think you lock him up. Sure.
And Dickerson, like you said, Dom, gets locked up. And then I think,
You have to find a linebacker somewhere.
Patrick Queen,
Oh, sure.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
5th round,
Is he gonna be any good?
Second round pick.
third.
Gonna be any good?
He's
He's also kind of small, like in Kobe Dean. Like,
Yeah, so is Jason Kelsey.
yeah, but like a linebacker is different than a center.
How?
and you're gonna let's compare some middle linebacker coming out of the draft to like the greatest center of all time or one of
Right. He could become that.
the middle linebacker can become the greatest center of all time.
No, you know what I mean.
I mean,
I from what I've actually watched. I gambled Clemson a bit this year. I actually saw what I did. I'm not even like this Trotter like lover like a lot of this city is. He's a second. He's gonna go in the second round. Watch.
I don't. Yeah, I could buy that.
I think the third round.
Okay.
There's just a lot with the top
there's a lot-
schools. There's a lot of bias there.
And there's a lot of time between now and then for pro days, and I know the combine's over, but pro days and interviews and visits.
Speaking of which,
you'll see him creep up you could see him creep up into the first round projection. I don't know that he goes first round because of the nature of his position, but I think he absolutely goes the second round.
speaking of the combine, I've never rooted against a player as much as I'm rooting against Caleb Williams. There's nothing to like about this fucking guy. Nothing to like about him.
So
He's a stone cold loser.
So I think that he's got all the talent in the world. I think he.
I do too.
I think he could be great. I think he's got to.
He's a loser.
I think he's got to get the hell away from his father. I think that's
Sure.
really
Maybe.
what it is.
I think he's a stone cold loser.
Okay. I mean, he hasn't even done anything yet. How are you going to call him a loser?
Again, he's just a loser. Just everything he
How?
said this weekend. It's just.
What did he say this weekend that makes him a loser?
I don't know specifically. I just remember looking at it and like, this guy's a loser.
Okay.
I didn't throw because it just wasn't necessary, or he's just a condescending fuck.
I
He's
actually
the greatest player in the history of the world.
I think the combine within the next 3 years won't exist anymore. I think it'll all be pro days at that point.
Possible.
Like I don't think it's. I think the combine, as much as it's like, oh yeah, we're going down there to watch players. There's a reason why it's so close to the free agency time, and every GM's down there. I think it's like gauging interest in trades and signs, and I think it's more that it's like the MLB winter meetings.
Winter meetings, yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're here to watch these guys jump. But they could also jump at home with a guy standing there and like an official standing there to give you that number. We'll run a 40 with an official guy standing there and do that. I think that the combine is really just like a gentleman's agreement to go there and talk business because they can't legally talk about it because then it's tampering.
Then move tampering up a week. Allow them to, because they do have the NFL meetings, but I don't know. You should still have something for them to all to get together. Just don't have a combine.
I still find it funny they call it legal tampering. So it's just a funny phrase. I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm just rooting against Caleb Williams. I think he's gonna be bust in the making.
I don't know. USC quarterbacks do have that tendency.
It's true.
They are losers.
Yep.
The last good one was Carson Palmer.
And even he was a loser, though. What did he do?
You're right.
Won an NFC Championship game.
Yeah, but he also had Chad Johnson to throw the ball to.
Right, and TJ Houshmandzadeh and.
So one of the USC quarterbacks? Sanchez. You got Leinart.
Sanchez went to 2 AFC Championship games.
Matt Barkley.
Matt
Leinart. Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Not good.
Nope.
Not good.
No. It doesn't mean he won't be good though.
No, I just think he sucks. Not talent wise. I think he's got a ton of talent. I think himself.
I'm just still waiting for you to tell me what pissed you off so much.
I just I've thought this all year. I thought he was a stone cold loser, and then just watching him at the press conference, I just get the vibe. It's just a vibe thing.
Okay, I
just don't like him. Am I not allowed to like somebody?
No, you're allowed to dislike whoever you want. Okay, I just don't think you don't think you're giving me good enough reason.
Fair enough. Next week I'll come back with a whole list. Okay. I wasn't prepared to talk about him this week.
I genuinely I do think he could fail, but not because of his own ability or own head. I think his father's really ruining everything. I think he's got to get rid of the father immediately.
Sure.
It's a Ben Simmons situation. I think if Ben Simmons got rid of his father in his ear 24/7, we'd have a totally different player.
Yeah.
He's getting Lindros.
Yeah. I don't know that he's getting Lindros. I think it's way worse than that. Like, I don't think Lindros's father was in his ear about, the same things that Caleb Williams is.
Yeah, like I don't know if any of these rumors are true or not, but like at one point wasn't he Caleb Williams talking about like how he wants some stake of whatever team that drafts him or some shit? Like
Yeah, but that's the father. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the father in a 21-year-old's ear.
Sure.
Who that it's not his fault. He's 21 years old. He's a kid. Like, he doesn't 22 years old. He doesn't know what the hell is going on. But like, that's what I'm saying. That's the father's like in his head telling him you have to do this, you have to do that. And I think it's really gonna that could hurt his career. Absolutely.
If you could, wouldn't you? That's just what I would say.
Right.
If you could, wouldn't you ask for stake in a team?
I mean, it's never gonna happen. Like, it's like.
But what he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but
Like if you're Tom Brady, sure, Tom Brady, go ahead, ask for stake in the team. But like you haven't done a single thing.
But here's the shitty situation about it. Like, he gets the shitty end of the stick because now he looks bad when it's the fucking father. Like,
Then you come out and say, I didn't say
He's
that.
not
That's
gonna
my
do that.
dumbass father.
He's not gonna do that.
so you're talking about like the state of the team, like what has he done?
Yeah,
What
what has
did
he
you-
done?
What
Like
did
USC.
Joey Bosa do to get the contract he did? Because he held out. You remember?
Wait, what are
he
you- what are you
proved
talking about?
himself.
Hold on.
No, it was before he even started. He held out for a contract. His rookie contract was
But also, holding out for a contract is different than saying I want stake in the team. Like I want like a percentage.
It did. What if
I want
it's-
equity stake in the team.
what if it's a 0.1% of the team and it equals about the same as Joey Bosa's contract?
Nah, we're talking semantics now.
Also, you have to let it play out too. If he comes out and says, "I want stake in whatever team drafts me," and it doesn't happen, and he's like, "All right, I'm not gonna play." Okay, total asshole. But like, there's no way it's gonna happen. And
No, it'll never happen.
If he doesn't like cause an issue and if he doesn't like hold out or anything like that, like, what's the big deal? Like, it could just be a rumor, like something that's made up. It's not like, he never came out and said it. Like, it's a report.
I actually feel really, really bad for Justin Fields.
He stinks too.
Yeah, but I feel bad for him. The guy actually, he showed you what happens when he has half a decent receiver last year. The most underrated receiver in the game.
Sure is.
It was great last year. The two of them were. I mean, Fields missed some time too. I think didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He missed like a couple
6 weeks,
Yeah.
6 weeks, something like that.
And they imagine what would have happened if he would have played a whole year.
Sure.
I think he's getting the unfair deal, and I hope that he's a guy that, and I know it's going to sound weird because he went to Ohio State. He's a guy that I would cheer for unless he's in the NFC East.
He played
Yeah,
13 games.
What happened?
13
played
games, so he
13,
missed.
yeah.
So he missed 4.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't think Fields is as bad as people think he is.
No, he's not.
I don't think he's great. But put him on. I don't know, 10 to 12 other teams. And I think he's hell of a lot
he
more
goes from the
successful.
20th best quarterback to the 22nd.
Do you know who they said's
You put Purdy on or put him with the Niners.
Yeah. Right.
I think you're talking about an MVP candidate.
All right. That's a little crazy.
Maybe a little hyperbole, but like I think you're talking legit top 7, 8 quarterback in the league.
Do you know who they say is in on him heavy? Pittsburgh
that?
Steelers.
Okay.
So they're getting ready to move on from the whole Pickett thing.
I really couldn't care less. I like, not that I couldn't care less, but like I don't feel bad for him because he makes millions of dollars and he's gonna land somewhere next year. It's not Carson Wentz where like injuries fucked him up and like he's just not gonna play anywhere and like it's unfortunate. But like him too, he's got millions of dollars and like it's a business. Like this is the business. You couldn't get it done the 3 years you were in Chicago, so like eventually you got to move on.
The only 3 years is quick, like to move on.
I mean, if a guy can't stay on the field for 3 years, yeah.
Sure.
His first year, he played 10 games. He started 10 games. The second year, where he played 12, he started 15 for 15 and then 13 for 13.
Sure.
Can't stay on the field.
No.
He's never had more than he's had 2,500 yards passing once in a pass-heavy league.
I think the problems there are much bigger than Justin Fields personally, but
True.
Yeah,
but, like,
they have no one to
at
throw
the same
to.
time. But at the same time, it's like he's gonna land somewhere and get a starting job next year. It's not like
oh yeah,
he's
for
not
sure.
gonna be a third-string quarterback next year. Like he'll go somewhere. So like it's just not gonna be in Chicago probably, and then that's it is what it is.
No,
Go somewhere else
he's
that's gonna appreciate
yeah.
you, and then go somewhere else that's gonna, you know.
Well, you know who could probably use him if you guys did you guys watch Raheem Morris comment?
No.
So Raheem Morris, as you guys know, is the coach of the Atlanta Falcons now. And he said in his press conference, if we had better quarterback play last year, then we would be in a much better spot.
And that's every team, but I agree with
They
that.
probably make the
Atlanta-
playoffs if they have a better
Atlanta-
quarterback.
Yeah, Atlanta has a good roster. They just
So
need a quarterback.
Desmond Ritter, how do you
Should be
take
checking
that?
in.
What did you say?
What if you're Desmond Ritter? How do you deal with that?
Be better. He had an opportunity. Multiple.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's only 32 starting jobs in this league. Like you know.
And you also have a much shorter leash when you're not a first round pick. Like, 'cause when was he drafted? Second or third round? Maybe even later than that.
Third round.
Third round, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's a much shorter leash. Like Justin Fields is going to get you a longer leash because he was a top 10, was 10th overall, something like that. So,
Like Brock Purdy almost went to the NFC Championship game 2 years ago, and in the offseason they said we're going to try to get Brady. Like,
right,
you know, like
yeah. And he was the last pick of the draft. They just, if we lose him, we lose him.
I feel bad about. Like you know what I mean? He got hurt in the game, and like now they're going to go get Brady. Like they're trying to go out and get Brady. Like
he's
I
a
don't know,
Niners.
it's
I don't
just
really
like-
feel all that bad.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I
But
know,
like
I know,
I
I know.
hate the guy's guts. But like because I hate that team. But like Justin Fields is gonna go somewhere. Like he's gonna play next year. He's gonna start wherever he goes. It's just a matter of what happens, what he does with it after this. You know,
Right.
it's probably better that he gets out of there anyway.
Oh yeah, probably. He'll go to like Washington and tear shit. up or something.
No, Washington. I don't want to.
So because you want to root for him, right?
I do want to root.
I never thought you'd root for an Ohio State guy like this.
Well, I can root for him because he originally committed to Penn State.
Oh yeah, but then he turned his back on you and
Well,
chose the rival school.
Have you guys ever heard that story with him? Four-star recruit, no major offers. Penn State gets him, kills it at his 7-on-7. Goes from a 4-star to a 5-star. Immediately decommits from Penn State and committed to Georgia.
Okay.
Gets sat behind Stetson Bennett. Immediately transfers to Ohio State. He's like, I am not doing this.
Well, now the Phillies are in that situation with Acuna's brother. They have the handshake agreement, and he's gonna commit somewhere else. I bet.
You think?
I don't know. I was just kidding. We always get the bad brother. So
Yeah.
no matter what the sport is, we always get the bad.
Jeremy Giambi.
Brother. Yeah. Casey Matthews.
Casey Matthews. Casey Matthews. What a joke.
I met him twice.
That's another. Did he go to Oregon or USC too?
I think he played chip, right?
So he went to Oregon.
I think so.
Yeah, you're right. I remember seeing him in green and yellow.
All right. So the last thing I did want to talk about tonight, obviously the Zach Wheeler extension, 3 years, 126 million, I believe. I mean, I thought it was kind of a guarantee he was going to extend. Happened a little later than I guess I expected, but I mean, it makes sense, right? No surprise.
Later or early?
I thought it was going to happen over more in I don't know, December,
Okay.
January, February. I didn't think we'd be in March and still waiting on an extension, but
Yeah.
Well deserved.
sure.
I like that it was a 3-year deal. I like that they didn't try and push. He didn't try to push for like a 5-6 because he's what, 34. Yeah, so he'll be out of here by 37. And his remarks were pretty spot on too, where he talked about hey, I just want to be done and then play with my kids.
I also think I think it's a good move because you get him at it's kind of like Nola, like you meet him in the middle. We'll give you a little bit extra money, but we'll keep you on a shorter term. We'll make that deal with each other. But 37, like, there's these guys like Verlander and Scherzer that, and I know that they both have been hurt and haven't been their usual selves these last few years. But like those guys that pitch to 40, like you got to think about it. Zach Wheeler doesn't have a ton of wear and tear. He didn't pitch as much as he did as Verlander and Scherzer did early in their careers. So he might have a little bit of, 37, 38 still throwing, what he does now.
Yeah, but when he does,
maybe you have a short-term deal then too.
yeah, but when he does throw the ball, like when he gets into the high pitch count,
Finger a lot, right?
his velocity dips.
He deals with like finger injuries,
Not sure.
like nails, I think, right?
All I know is he's the guy that pitches 9 innings. Like,
Sure,
he's the only guy on the team that pitches 9 innings.
he can do it for sure.
Um,
And this way, this time next year, like how this offseason we were going in, like well, either have to sign Nola or his replacement. Like you're not gonna have that issue next year. You have your two guys locked up next year.
I also think it's very important too. Like they have Wheeler locked up, they have Nola locked up, they have Turner, Harper. I think they're gonna lock up Stott next year.
over Bohm.
They may
both.
lock up Bohm too. They
Yeah.
may do both, but I think Stott's the next guy, outside of Harper, because I think Harper, they're probably gonna work on something with Harper too. But I think Stott is gonna be the next guy that gets the big contract. I think that it's very important to have a Zach Wheeler on that deal because you're gonna eventually lose Schwarber, you're eventually gonna lose Castellanos when their deals are up, and then you have young prospects that hopefully pan out, like if they don't trade them in Crawford and Aiden Miller
McGarry.
and McGarry and Painter and these guys that are gonna get eventually get contracts like later on. They're trying to do what the Astros did, like develop guys, win World Series, let them walk, and then the next set of guys that these prospects that they've been working on. I don't know if it's gonna work out the same way. It might not, but I think that's what they're trying to do.
Does the extension of Wheeler show that they're done?
I don't think so.
Moves? So you still think they're out there on like a Montgomery or a Snell?
Yeah. I don't know if they'll get them, but I think they're still talking. Absolutely. Do you guys think that it like, let's say wherever they sign, because I think in the next week or two they're going to sign somewhere. They take a little while, right? Like they don't start right away. Like it'll take like a month to.
They gotta ramp their arms back up, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't think they're ready for opening week? You're saying?
Right. Like let's say hypothetically they sign by the weekend. Like
Opening day, they might be ready for opening day.
They've definitely been throwing.
Yeah, but I think there's also a getting to know the locker room. I think for a pitcher it's a little bit different than a hitter.
We also got to think those
live
guys, those guys aren't gonna be like Montgomery or Snell aren't the number ones, maybe even the number twos. You're not even really asking them to start opening.
I think
day.
both are number 3 here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
Right, but I just don't know that they're ready. The first week of the season, the first 2 weeks of the season.
I think it could be. If they sign by the weekend, I think they could be. But anything after that, I think it's tough.
Okay.
I think it's crazy that Snell would be a 3 here.
He just won a Cy Young.
He just won his second Cy Young. Yeah, I think that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think Snell's a little overrated personally.
I know you don't like
He's
Snell.
very good last year though.
He had 2 great years in his career.
He just doesn't.
15 years.
He doesn't pitch very long.
He pitches 5 innings. Yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't throw many
issue.
innings, which is why I preferred Nola over him. I know that was kind of the topic early in the winter, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how big he comes up in. I don't know how he comes up in big situations either. Obviously they didn't make the playoffs last year, but yeah, look at his numbers. Like he's only ever had 2 great years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But
I would take Snell on the right deal. I would take Snell, but I think,
the thing is,
I think it's valuable to have him as your number 3.
I think both him and Montgomery are looking for short-term deals, kind of like what I think Bellinger did, didn't
I
he?
think that Montgomery wanted a big deal, and nobody wanted to give him a big deal.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think Snell's a little bit more open to the short-term deal, where Montgomery might have to be open to it. Just from what I've heard it's. I think the Phillies wanted him at 2 or 3 years. he wanted to set like the 7-year deal, kind of.
Yeah, you're not that pitcher. Sorry.
Right. Which is why nobody signed him to that.
Right.
But I think they're just trying to meet in the middle. But I also think that they'd have one of these guys now if they didn't sign Walker last year. To that deal.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
That's what's handicapping them.
Yep.
Or handcuffing them, rather.
Oh, Taiwan Walker. Yeah, agreed.
He's your number. If you sign one of these guys, he's your number 5, making what was he? 4 years, 50-something million,
73 or something.
73, whatever it was. It's even worse.
Yeah.
And
It was
didn't-
terrible. It was a terrible contract.
Yeah, and he didn't
Yeah.
pitch. He pitched, I think, like 3 innings in the playoffs.
I don't know that he even did
Was
that.
it even that much?
I don't even think he pitched. I don't
Might
think he
have been
pitched a
less.
single. I don't
No,
think he
he
pitched a
did.
single inning.
Yeah, he pitched. He pitched against Atlanta.
Not at all.
No, he definitely pitched.
I'm looking up now.
Definitely pitched. He pitched one of those bullpen
'Cause
games.
I don't remember him pitching in the postseason. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't remember it. Postseason pitching. No, he didn't pitch a single inning.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, his last postseason appearance came in 2017.
Why is he on the team?
Yep.
Like, why are you on the
You can't put him in the bullpen. That's one thing.
Why?
Because he what does he do when he comes out in the first inning? He throws 40 pitches and he gives up 3 runs.
Right.
And then he
And he
finds his
settles
rhythm.
in. Yeah.
That's why you can't put him in the bullpen.
He's Bailey Falter-esque.
He's better, but yes. My favorite thing last year was they were like, "Oh, Bailey Falter is really bad in the first inning, so we'll start him in the second," and not realize that it's not
Yeah,
in the
what
first
game-
inning.
what
It's just the
game
first
was
inning he
that?
pitches.
Yeah,
San
right.
Francisco.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
I think we were live watching that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, yeah, he's just really bad in the first inning. Like, no, it's the first inning he pitches, you asshole.
Right. Yeah. Those are two different things.
Analytics department.
He
That's
gave
what
up
they
like
were
4
saying.
runs in the second inning.
And then I think we also looked up like he's almost as bad in the third innings as he was in the first or something. So it's like, well, he's just going to get torched the next inning anyway. Like, I don't know.
I know this is going to sound weird. I'm excited for Strom. Strom looking pretty good for that role.
I'm curious.
Dude, look at
if-
that. Isn't that weird?
That is funny. Yep.
I'm curious to see what they do with him this year because I think that they think. I'm not saying I think it. I have a feeling they think that he could be a 6th inning, 7th inning guy.
I think he definitely could.
I don't know that he can. I'm not saying whether he can or can't. I'd be open. I'd be willing to see it. I'd be open to that because the Spencer Turnbull and who's the other guy, Allard or whatever his name is. I think those 2 guys being able to go up and because I think they could both go to up and down, can't they? I know Allard can.
Allard
Still has
definitely
the
can.
option.
Turnbull, I believe, can too. I believe so.
Okay, so I just think they have those 2 guys because these last few years they've really struggled with finding a spot starter, and I think they want to save Strom. I don't think they want to use him, and I don't think he wants to be a spot starter. I think he wants to be in the bullpen. So like, I think they're going to give him a shot to be the 6th and 7th inning guy.
I think he.
Instead of the
I
long
think he
man.
definitely do it
I-
because
Yeah.
the reason I really like Strom is like, and I've said this before, he just peppers the strike zone. Like I don't have to worry about him walking guys or losing his command. Like he's gonna throw strikes and he's gonna attack hitters. He's not gonna shy away. He's gonna
The
attack the hitters.
The only thing that holds me back a little bit is he's only done it 1 year.
Sure.
So
But so is
but I'm
but so
open
is
to it.
Hoffman. Like you
Sure.
also have to
Yeah,
trust
no,
Hoffman. And he's
sure,
really only did it 1
absolutely.
year. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
I see
but-
Hoffman being the 6-7 guy. I see Strom being the setup man.
Set up
Yep, I see him in the 8th inning.
and then go into Alvarado.
Alvarado in the 9th. Yeah, I see.
And what do you do?
Where's
What do you do?
Soto's?
Kirk or Soto or Kirkering?
They're gonna use all of them. Like that's
Sure. Yeah.
that's-
For sure. Yeah.
I just like you said, Dom. I mean, Mike. I think that is Strom's biggest thing is that he just stays in the strike zone. So I guess it wouldn't
He's got
matter.
balls.
And if you go, okay, so if it's the bottom of the 8th, top of the 8th, and you have 6, 7, 8 up, I think Strom's going in there to pitch, where he could just put the ball over the plate and like not really worry about these guys hitting a home run off of them. I think if you're going in the 8th inning and it's 2, 3, 4, you might be putting Soto in there, where he's got the fire gas ball, or you go with Kirkring in there to try and he's got the fastball, but that slider moves, dude.
Did you see the videos of him in spring training? So
Yep.
it was pitchers and catchers a
Yep.
couple weeks ago.
Dude, that slider
Again.
is nasty.
I want to see it in the game before we're not. It's kind of like Mike says with like training camp. It's like we're in shorts, with football. Like it's the same thing, but I am definitely intrigued. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the article I read. I read an article somewhere that like MLB's considering
Yeah,
taking away pitcher roster spots.
I kind of like that actually.
Yeah, to get
Keep your
teams
starter in.
exactly.
It was 13-12, right?
Is that what? Yeah, I think so.
I
Because
think it was
they went from 14 to 13 a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I think they're trying. There was 13 to 12.
but have more emphasis on your starter.
I agree.
I'd even
I
be
kinda
open.
like it.
I said this last year going into the season. I'd even be open to adding a sixth starter into
For the
rotation.
Phillies?
And for any team, every team. I think more teams should do it. You're no longer getting 20 plus wins in a season. Like, it doesn't happen anymore. So
I miss that
Yeah,
baseball.
but why not? I think it's because teams go to their bullpens very early.
no, I agree. But I'm saying
Yeah.
that's why I think why not just add a sixth with that thing that rule, add a sixth starter and how good was Nola and Wheeler last year, the last few years on extra days of rest,
Sure.
extra day of rest. Like that could be a lot of teams.
Sure, but I'm sure there are pitchers out there that they like that every 5 days, and they probably pitch better, 5 days instead of 6. But
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure it's like that with every, it's different.
It's
with everybody.
just like what's 37 starts versus like 30, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. All right, you guys ready to get out of here? You got anything else?
I think that's it.
That's
What do
it.
we got? We got 2 weeks, 3 weeks till opening day.
The 20, was it 26th, 27th, something like that.
The
I don't know the exact
28th, I think.
28th. Okay.
And
That was
then
close.
legal tampering opens up next Monday.
For the Eagles, yeah, or
Yeah.
NFL.
Well, NHL trade deadline's on Friday, so I'll be
Really
keeping
quick.
an eye on that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's true. Have either of you ever been to Cooperstown?
I have.
I'm going in late March.
Are you?
okay.
Yeah, we're actually going on my birthday, the 29th.
Nice.
I went this past summer. Are you bringing the baby?
Yeah,
Is
don't.
it just you, Britt, and the baby?
Yeah.
It's a lot of reading, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's I went, the baby went. I think I told you guys this. Brianna breastfed the baby in Hank Aaron's locker.
Oh, okay.
We have that
I love that.
memory. The baby was being fed in Hank Aaron's locker.
That's funny.
I'm gonna take a picture in it now.
It's a lot of reading. If you actually want to read it all,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in there for 5-6 hours.
Really? Is it a one-day thing?
Yeah. If you're gonna read everything, no, because it's 3 floors,
Right.
and the first
Did you-
floor, yeah,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
first floor is art, second floor is artifacts, and the third floor is history of the game.
Okay. Did you do the wax museum?
I was going to, I didn't.
Okay.
It's really cool down there. It's a really, really nice town. We stayed in an Airbnb 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
The only thing is parking is a nightmare.
Really?
It's 2-hour parking everywhere, so you'll have to constantly go out and move your car to another place.
They don't have the app
Yeah, but it only gives you 2 hours.
Right, but can't you just go on your app and
You
add
can't
more?
add more time. Nope.
All right, well that's dumb.
That's it might be better for you to Uber. Yeah.
Well, you can only park in this spot for 2 hours.
Yep.
I think the hotel that we're staying at is 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
We may just walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is walk.
Yeah.
Late March, weather should be fairly nice.
Yeah. It's a little bit different up there, but
Sure,
it
yeah,
could still be
but-
snowing up there.
Oh,
my brother
well, yeah.
lives an hour and a half, 2 hours away. they get snow till like May.
Yeah,
It is-
that's a life I don't want to live.
Yeah,
It is it's definitely an experience for like I think you'll love it. You just
Okay.
learn so much. It's just I don't know if Brittany and the baby are they might just like
Well-
go get ice cream and
yeah.
like
This is a me thing.
and just leave you.
All right, Tom, we'll call you in a couple hours.
Yeah, that's perfect time.
That's what I told my in-laws because we went with them.
Mm.
I told my wife and I told the baby, like not told the baby. I'm like, you guys can go back to the Airbnb. I promise you,
Please.
I can get back to the
Trust me, it's a win-win. You're doing both of us a favor.
Yeah. because they're just like sitting outside waiting for me. And like they're like
Yeah.
looking and I'm still on like the first section. I've been there for like 10 minutes.
Guys, we're gonna be here for a while.
That's funny. All right, you guys ready to get out of here?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, and we will see everybody next Monday. See you then.